And today I'm going to speak about the correlation between the income per person and the median age of a country. So the income per person measures the average annual income of a person in a given area, which in this case is a country. Meanwhile, the median age is an age which basically summarizes the age distribution of a population. So in 1950, almost all countries in the world had a lower income per person than $60,000, while the median age was generally below 35 years. As seen on the graph, European countries were generally the wealthiest and healthiest in yellow, followed by the Americas, then Asia including Oceania, and then lastly came Africa in blue. As seen on the data, a country with a greater income per person is much likelier to have a high median age, meaning a country will have an aging population. This is logical because alongside wealth comes better healthcare and more people will be educated. Also, in 1950, there were clear anomalies like Brunei. Brunei is an anomaly because its income per person is very high thanks to oil, while the median age remained low as the country had not truly industrialized at this stage. By analyzing the data over a span of 65 years, a clear trend can be established where almost all countries become wealthier and healthier, just at different rates, which creates a positive correlation between the variables. The overall trend would seem very logical, since increased wealth means better healthcare, leading to people living longer, while the fertility rate decreases, causing the median age to rise. Some example of the advancement in global health during this period would include a shift in causes of death and illness because of improvements in medicines and vaccines, plus improved living standards in the form of sanitation and diet. So after having fast-forwarded 65 years to 2015, it is clear that the pattern remains pretty consistent. Europe and some North American countries are still ahead, with median ages exceeding 40 years, while the income per person being generally higher than $16,000. Yet some Asian and South American countries have gained rapid ground due to, for example, increased capitalistic ideals and democratic values. Yet Africa still remains far behind, with median ages below 25 years and income per person lower than $8,000. While still looking at 2015, there are some noteworthy anomalies, like North Korea, which has a high median age but a low income per person due to it being a dictatorship, causing people to lack the necessary opportunities to improve their livelihoods through, for example, education. Then there's the Middle Eastern countries over here, which have high incomes per person due to the availability of oil in those areas, while a low median age because they're still industrializing, leading to people living unhealthy lifestyles. Now let's look at the Spearman rank. The 0.92 value for the rank proves that there is a very strong correlation between the variables, as it exceeds the 0.01 level of significance listed on the table. Now we're going to analyze the situation for Japan and the US in terms of income per person and their median age. Firstly, there's Japan, which in 2015 had the highest median age of 46.6 years, despite many countries having higher incomes per person. Japan's rapid growth for both variables started with the economic and political reconstruction of Japan following their World War II defeat. The US led the effort which increased democratic values through the creation of a new constitution, giving the parliament more power and women more rights, which both boosted the economy and thus the median age. Nowadays, however, Japan's median age can largely be attributed to three factors: diet, tradition, and a low fertility rate. Japan is one of the largest fish and green tea consuming countries in the world. Both fish and green tea lower the risk of having a heart attack, while green tea also lowers the risk for cancer and it increases cognitive functions. Moreover, traditionally, the oldest child takes care of his or her parents as they get older, providing a psychological boost through older people enjoying more family time. This increases their life expectancy. Finally, Japan had a fertility rate of 1.4 births per woman in 2014 compared to 2 births per woman in 1960, which has made the annual population decline, creating an aging population. Lastly, let's look at the US situation. Nowadays, America has a low median age relative to its income per person, while in 1950 she was in the lead due to, for example, her democratic principles improving opportunities for people from different socio-economic backgrounds. Yet, the American median age increased at a staggering low rate over 65 years due to a variety of factors. Firstly, the US has much higher rates of transport accidents and firearm-related deaths relative to other industrialized countries. Mainly though, older Americans have a higher prevalence of life-threatening diseases like cardiovascular diseases than their European counterparts. This stems from a lack of access to quality healthcare and unhealthy diets. America is the only major industrial country without universal healthcare coverage, which, combined with the lack of health insurance, creates an environment where quality healthcare is unequally distributed, especially for people from poor backgrounds. America has also some of the highest sugar and fat intakes of industrialized countries, plus very high levels of physical inactivity, leading to obesity that creates further health complications. This lowers the life expectancy and thus the overall median age.